Level up.
What's up, guys? Laughing Shamrock here with Alex or Klusk12. His YouTube will
Hello.
be in the description. We're starting a new series called Level Up Games, or Level Up Podcast, whichever one, to discuss topics about any gaming, anything to do with gaming, anything. Um, Today's topic, or this week's topic, is is handheld gaming dead? Like the Nintendo DS, PS Vita, anything, is that all a dying industry? I mean, we'll find out today. Alex, how many DSs around the world have been sold?
So, 3DSs specifically, 50 as of June 30th, 53 million units have been sold worldwide.
What about the PS Vita?
The PS Vita, I'm not precisely sure what the PS Vita is, but I would imagine it's quite lower than
Yeah,
the 3DS.
I think it's about 3 million, as I'm sure of. But we're here to discuss if it's a dying industry. I think it is. It just because it nobody really finds it interesting anymore. The PS Vita is not really the best product to have. It's kind of a waste of money because all the exclusive games for it are that great, as well as the fact that
Yeah.
it doesn't really work as well. It's more of like a media device. Most people really just use it for Netflix or Hulu or
Yeah, a
anything like
lot of
that.
people use it for YouTube, and a lot of times the only games that people ever have for the Vita are the Plus games, which are free. Well, they come at no extra cost if you have Plus.
And plus, like the only like kind of interesting feature is the remote play, but nobody really uses that when they can just do it on their PS4. So
Yeah,
it's
precisely. Yeah.
it's kind of not it's not really the most worthwhile product, and I just find it unnecessary. As for Nintendo, I um I find Nintendo's handheld are better, and they're fun. Like the Game Boy, it's amazing. The DS is fun, but recently they came out with their new product, the Nintendo 2DS, which
Yeah.
it took everyone by surprise because of how stupid it is. It's really an
How
unnecessary
pointless it
product. It's
is.
so pointless. Plus, it looks
Yeah.
weird, and it says you can play your 3DS games in 2D. You could already do that on the 3DS. That's like not a good business model for a product. You can do something you already do, but in a weirder machine. It's not really
Okay,
worthwhile.
so I just found out the PS Vita is at about 10 to 11 million units sold at the moment.
Really?
Um, yeah,
That's like almost
at
the
the
same as
moment,
the
yeah.
Xbox One. Explains a lot, doesn't it?
Which is it's like you can fucking tell it's like 50 times lower than the 3DS.
And it's just like I just again, people may have bought it, but I
Fucking
think
100
it's more
times
like
lower.
for reviews and stuff. Like I find like again that it's not really something you can enjoy that much, and it's kind of like it's like weird to hold as well. Have you noticed? Like it's kind of like it's not as easy to like maneuver with as the PSP, the original PSP, which again is a great system.
And the games as well is what a lot of people are saying is the games is the reason that it's dead, really. I mean, of course, there's still indie games, but people want more than indie games now at this stage
Hmm.
in its lifetime. And like most of the other games are like Japanese RPGs, which people who don't like Japanese RPGs are gonna fucking not gonna play Japanese RPGs.
Exactly.
So, like myself, I don't particularly like Japanese RPGs. Um, so the only games that I would take like probably look at on the PSV is like Sony exclusives. That's really all there
Yeah, and
is.
plus like another bad
Those are
feature
the
about it.
only like kind of AAA games.
Yeah, but plus then also you need your PS4 on to do the remote play, which it's kind of what's the point of turning on your PS4 so you can go downstairs or go to the crap? I think the only way it would be like something worthwhile is where you are on your PS4, you're talking with friends, and you're playing like Battlefield, but you have to, take a crap. Then remote play becomes something useful, but besides that, it's not really
It
like the
does
most.
it does stretch. I've heard the signal distance does stretch pretty far, so you could go to like a friend's house and it would still be on.
But so would your PS4, which is the
Yeah, but
problem.
if you if you're willing to leave it on, which I would be, if it meant that I could play my PS Vita in a friend's house if I was staying over for a while.
But I don't really want to
Um,
I don't really want to, you know, have my PS4 on so I can go to a friend's house and play Battlefield on my Vita at his house. It doesn't again it just doesn't really seem necessary.
but it is a nice feature to have if if the if the situation ever arises. Um, so yeah, going back to the games. I mean, I think something that everyone was kind of surprised about was that Resident Evil Revelations 2. I don't know if you
Th-
heard about this,
no,
but
yeah.
that's that's coming to the PSV this month. I think it comes out today. Like, well, it's yeah, yeah, actually, yeah, today, August 11th, which is it's 11th for me now anyway,
It's not. It's
because
that's
I'm
not. I
over in
guess that's not
Ireland.
bad. But the only thing is, I think really the only like extremely good Vita game, the only couple of extreme good Vita games were Resident Evil Revelations. At least I think that was on Vita. Didn't that start out on Vita?
Nah, the first one wasn't. That was on 3DS.
That's right. That's right.
Started on
See,
3DS.
see, that's another thing. But but
But
then like
isn't it fucking
the only really
crazy how it's crazy how Capcom just said, well, no to the 3DS Revelations 2 and just went straight to the PS Vita.
well again that's another
Just went
topic. It's
straight
because
onto
I imagine
PlayStation.
like I just don't think that the 3DS has like enough processing power to handle that kind of game. I'm surprised it handled it like
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
Like that was pretty shocking. But
Like,
sorry, go ahead.
so if you were to ask someone, so let's say the best game on PS Vita, they'd still tell you like Uncharted, Killzone, games. So,
Also Tearaway.
but they're basically
Tearaway was a big
so
game on PS Vita.
Tearaway was a big game, but it may not be for everyone.
Fair enough.
Neither would Uncharted, but the first that comes to my mind, I'm sure everyone else's mind, is like Uncharted on PS Vita. So, or maybe even Black Ops Declassified, which I've heard isn't too great, but it's
It
okay.
actually isn't as bad as it sounds. Like I actually played it one
Yeah,
time. Again, it's just the system itself. It's not like the way it looks or anything. It's just the system itself kind of it's not the easiest thing to play a first-person shooter with, in my opinion.
yeah,
That might not be for the way for everyone, but that's just my opinion. I
yeah.
personally think
So if
I
you're,
think Sony's dead for for handheld gaming. To be honest, they just I think the PSP was good. In fact, why did they even call it the PS Vita? I feel like Vita has like a
see,
meaning to it.
I think what would really save the PS Vita is if they added backwards compatibility with UMD discs, PSP discs.
True.
But the way the model is built, I don't think they have the room for it in the system. But if they make it like if they have to make it a little bulkier, well then so be it. It'll sell more if you do it that way.
That is true. I
Or
don't.
even
I
make even make PSP remasters on the PS Vita. That's not such a bad idea,
but like
really.
if you already well, I mean, I think it would be kind of hard for not like backwards compatibility, but like I don't feel like I think if you made remasters, it would just waste a lot of money for Sony because nobody really wants to pay again. Nobody really wants to pay money for like the same game again,
Yeah,
especially for like a mobile
but
for especially
maybe
for a handheld game. I just I feel like is the Sony really just didn't really just did it right. Like the PSP just completely did it right, and I think that's a great thing. But I don't really think it's like their fault. I think the problem is in this kind of like day and age, it's it's the fact that people are just more interested in like the PCs and consoles as well as opposed to
yeah,
the actual mobile game handheld gaming or mobile game whichever. They're basically both like the same thing. But the real problem is just that people are just not like as focused on that anymore. People are big on mobile gaming now though, and that's kind of like their replacement for it,
yeah.
it which is kind of stupid, especially considering like Konami was all like, "Hey, we're just gonna go all mobile gaming." Well, that means you're gonna lose a lot of money. It's just
They they went back on their word twice when they said that as well. But anyway, that Konami topic is for another day, I guess.
yeah. But then I think our other topic is that the 2DS again. We're gonna go. Let's go back to the 2DS. This will be like our last thing. The 2DS is one of the most unnecessary things I've ever seen. It's like saltweens, like saltines for 12 and 11-year-olds. Like thank you Tom Haverford. But basically it it just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem fitting. It seems like something that a fan made as opposed to
Yeah,
like an actual product because it's so weird. It just doesn't seem like an actual product Nintendo would make.
I mean, as of it's probably sold about, I would say, like 6 million units now, but Wikipedia, as far as March, like as of March 31st to 2015, it sold 3.76 million.
How? How to even sell that much? That's ridiculous.
Because well, I guess it's just Nintendo.
I wouldn't even get a
People,
3DS. I'd rather just get the DSi or the original. Or no, you know what? No, the Game Boy Advance. We're gonna stick with that because that's the only like handheld like system I've ever liked. It's just it no.
so yeah, well, I mean, like the PSP, the actual like, remember the Force DS, like the very like the Nintendo DS, like none of this XL bullshit.
Yeah, yeah. I just plain and simple. I think pretty much one of the best. The only two good handheld gaming devices that really have come to be are the Game Boy Advanced and the PSP. I mean, if there are any others,
Yeah,
or if you disagree with any of what we say, leave a comment in the section below. I mean, this is just our opinion. That's why we're talking about
yeah,
it.
it's just
But it
it's
kind of it
like
seems pretty true though.
if you have your own opinion, well then more power to you. But this is just what we think, so obviously everyone's gonna have a different opinion. So
I mean, if you guys have 2DSs and PS Vitas and you like them, that's fine by us. We're not going to judge you for that. We just think that they're failing mobile gaming industries really. And it's just
fucking, it's crazy though. The Nintendo DS, the very first one, which released in North America November 24th, 2004.
man, that I didn't realize how long ago
And
that was. Jeez.
yeah, and as of now, well, as of September 30th, 2014, it sold 154.1 million.
Golly.
And as of now, it's probably even higher. It's probably, well, it's August now, so
I just
it
that's
should be
just crazy to me.
close to like 200.
It's pretty weird. Well, guys, thanks for tuning
I
in and
think.
watching.
Uh,
And like, favorite, and subscribe. And have a good day. See